up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a banger reaction for you because Game Theory just dropped. We solved Kissy Missy Poppy Playtime. I was hoping we were gonna get ourselves a brand new Poppy Playtime video here in the near future. Little did I know that it was gonna happen Easter weekend. And speaking of which, I hope you guys have an amazing Easter this weekend. Spend it with family, friends, and loved ones. And if you have not seen my FNAF playthrough video yet, I just premiered it this morning, my first time ever playing FNAF. I hope you enjoy it, but I'm done talking about myself. I am hyped for this new Game Theory video, but before we jump into it, show Game Theory some love by subscribing to his channel, and if you enjoyed my reaction, smash that subscribe button because it greatly helps. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb-ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo woo. Oh, it's time to get scared. Let's go. What? What? All available security staff begin pursuit of MTPT, Matt Pat. By this time, Matt Pat was estimated to have traveled a half a mile from the facility.
He couldn't have gotten far. What was that?
It was Matt Pat. I see you.
There.
Stay calm. Don't worry.
Let's
I'm
catch
not
ourselves a
here to
Matt
hurt
Pat
you.
chat. Ooh, that rhymes.
How about a Diet Coke?
Yeah, he's a sucker
You
for
want
Diet
one?
Coke.
Yeah?
Come here, Matt Pat. What? Oh my god. Dude, that editing!
Welcome to
Game Theory!
the show that only gives you one instruction. Have fun!
Smash the subscribe button.
Oh, we subbed.
Mysterious red text that isn't
We
the same as
subbed.
the rest? Totally not suspicious. Today, with the FNAF timeline finally behind me, we are overdue to cover something completely different. A game where we explore an abandoned
Hold on, I love this. We're something completely different. The lore is almost identical.
children's entertainment venue filled with oversized characters that were at one point friendly, but then turned evil on account of being possessed by the souls of
Way
dead
different.
children. See, completely different. Yes, my friends, we're hopping back onto the Poppy
Chat, let me know in the comments too. Now that I'm starting to play games, again, we just played FNAF for the first time. We also played Roblox Doors for the first time. That video will be coming out in this next week. Let me know, do you guys want to see me play Poppy Playtime 2? I'll do it! Not Poppy Playtime 2, like Poppy Playtime also. And if you guys like it and I have fun, then we'll do Poppy Playtime 2.
Playtime train, because while I've been busy over in my own personal animatronic hellscape, Mob Entertainment has been dropping all sorts of new content.
Haven't we got
The
a
spin-off
trailer?
title Project Playtime, a complex
new one?
multi-month-long ARG, and my other favorite form of content, analog horror YouTube videos. Because you can't spell analog horror without the lore. Oh, I suppose you can. There's no E in
It's
analog
okay.
horror.
Law-
Well, guess what? It's a silent E
law.
anyway. Call it the phonetic spelling of lore. So far, Mob has released two quote-unquote lost VHS tapes to their YouTube channel. One from 1992 and the second from 1995. Look, the titles have the dates in there and everything.
I need to check those out. I should probably subscribe to their channel.
Even a .mp4 at the end for that truly authentic lost footage feel, despite the fact that the MP4 as a file format didn't exist until 2001. But who am I to judge? Anachronistic
Matt
file
Pat
formats
gotcha!
aside, these things aren't just filled with a bunch of mindless spooks building hype for the eventual release of Chapter 3, they're also filled with clues to the lore. And I think, thanks to one of these, I've been able to solve the identity of a fan favorite character. Everyone's beloved jumbo pink plushie, Kissy Missy, who's hidden
Kissy
inside
Missy?
her floppy little friend. I think I have the answer for you. So grab your tranquilizer darts and flashlights, theorists. There's a theory on the loose. The first VHS released on the channel was called Restricted Disappearance 06/18/1992.mp4. In this video, we see Huggy escape the facility and run out into the woods with a large group of Playtime employees in pursuit. 5 end up dead and 6 remain missing. Seems like Huggy
So
can't
they
be
all
stopped.
died.
But then the video ends with an ominous scene of the giant Huggy peacefully standing next to a normal residential house. He's captured and brought back to the facility. In terms of lore, this video does a lot with very little. On the surface, this tape feels very straightforward. Huggy escapes the facility, scares ensue, and then he's brought back. But this
Scares, you mean murders ensue, not scares. There was what, 11 people, 6 of them died, 5 of them died, and 6 are missing. If they're missing, they're dead. Come on
The
now.
basic narrative actually goes a long way to confirm many suspicions that we've had about the characters and the events of this franchise. First, this video reinforces the timeline
Bodies
of the Bigger
Relocation
Bodies
Guide.
initiative, Playtime Co.'s push to create giant toys that help around the factory. We know via unlockable cards that are found in Project Playtime that Mommy Longlegs started as a Bigger Body creation before they wound up making toys of her in 1991. So this VHS taking place in 1992 fits into that rather nicely. The project is in full swing at this point, and the trapped toys are starting to get restless. It also confirms something that we've suspected for a while now, that some of these giant toys were created using orphans in some way. That's why we see Huggy standing outside of a—
Which, yeah. So we've talked about this. I think it was in his last Poppy Playtime lore video, which, you know, again, bodies, FNAF, same thing. Different, but same, but different.
house at the end of the tape. He was just trying to go back home, the home that he was either adopted into or his foster home. His childlike instincts taking him back to the last place that he felt safe.
It's really
just
sad.
an incredibly sad, somber moment that does a lot to showcase.
Or
the
he could have been there
tragedy
to
of this
kidnap
game's
kids.
story.
One of the
That's
two.
not all. This Huggy seems to be acting differently to the one that we met in Chapter 1. Huggy escapes the facility, but there's no mention of violence towards the staff. Huggy only seems to become violent to the employees after they shoot at him. This tells me that Huggy, and presumably some of the other experiments like him, aren't naturally violent.
And they
it
just
also
wanna escape?
reinforces what we see in Project Playtime's tutorial. Huggy is largely complacent until the prototype urges Huggy to kill.
They are trying to build more toys, more like you. Kill everyone in sight.
It really seems like the bigger bodies monsters are the collateral damage in this war between Playtime co-employees and the prototype, Experiment 1006. They're the innocents that wind up
That
being caught in
prototype
the
is
middle.
scary,
This is something
chat.
that we can start to see more clearly in the next tape, Restricted Relocation 0808-1995.
Three years later after the
this
first one,
newest
right?
VHS tape, we see Kissy Missy being transported towards Playcare in August of 1995. The tape repeatedly tells us not to view the footage. I can't possibly see that plan going wrong in any way.
Okay.
Again,
I should stop right now, chat. I hope you enjoyed this video.
just shows the absolute negligence of this company. So of course, we keep watching, and in true Playtime Co. fashion, things start to go wrong. We travel down the rails with Kissy strapped to the train. As we ride, we pass by graffiti on the wall that reads, "The hour of joy is at hand." In between camera shots, we see text flash on screen meant to be instructions for employees, but then each message winds up getting overridden by capitalized red text that says basically to do the opposite. It tells them to release the straps that bind Kissy Missy, which, as you'd expect, means that the employees wind up dead at the side of the tracks. It's another simple, straightforward tape that does an incredible job of hiding tons of lore clues in plain sight. Let's just start with the date, shall we? Poppy's already done a great job of mapping out a very clear timeline for us, unlike some other franchises. At this point, we know when each toy was made, starting with Poppy in 1950 and ending with Boogiebot in 1993. And because Mommy Longlegs was a big body before her toy released in 1991, we also know that the giant toys were in development sometime before that. At this point,
True
the
that,
only
true
key
that.
date that we're really missing is the day that the toys went rogue, destroying the facility and either kidnapping or killing members of the staff, as we hear in the background of this Chapter 1 VHS tape.
That's why I'm making this log, so that the same mistake won't be made twice.
But now, thanks to a combination
Yeah,
of this
you literally
relocation
hear employees screaming like they're being murdered in the background. So they probably were, 100%.
tape as well as the developer interview, I think we can tell when it happened. Recently, the developers went onto Discord to answer a bunch of questions that the community had, and one was about the date in which the Playtime Co. factory shut down. Well, I'm sure we all would have loved to have a definitive answer from them. Where's the fun in that? They had to make us work for it.
Of
What
course.
they did clarify, though, was that the factory did not shut down in the 2000s. This then narrows our window to a 7-year period between 1993 and 1999, which, let's say, is a lot more precise than we've had up to this point. But I actually think we can do it one better. Take a listen to
Okay.
the audio that we hear in the background of the Restricted Relocation tape. Hear those screams in the background? Do they sound familiar?
Whether those who are beneath us understand it or not,
Those screams, the screams of employees being
Same-
mauled
same
to death
time.
by giant toys, those are the screams that we can hear in the distance. The event that shut the factory down happened on this date, August 8th, 1995. This is the day of the Great Toy Rampage.
And it would make sense because if Kissy Missy was set free, then she's probably the one that set the other ones free and just started the whole chaotic day.
page, and it's all on account of him. Experiment 1006, the prototype.
Though still missing, today's events are no doubt in relation to him.
He's the one orchestrating this attack on the employees. Not only is he speaking telekinetically to all the toys in the facility, urging them to kill, but he's also the one manipulating these VHS tapes, altering the text to all caps or using the color red.
Who's gonna follow that? You know, you have text, strap down big toy, unstrap the big toy. Like, meh. If anyone's following those red texts, you should probably be fired. However, they can't be fired because they were probably murdered.
To communicate with us, getting not just the monsters to rebel, but the humans watching the tapes to listen to his commands. Suddenly, that graffiti that we see in the tunnel, the hour of joy is at hand, makes a lot more sense. It feels like something that Experiment 1006 would say, or more specifically, the person that became 1006, Elliot Ludwig. His whole goal was to bring joy to children, and after being betrayed and turned into a monster by Leith Pierre and the Doctor, it makes sense that he would use the same terminology, almost ironically. These toys were made from children to be workhorses. Now, he will finally be able to free them and give them the joy.
Yeah, baby, let's free them souls!
Except, there was one thing that didn't quite go according to plan. Kissy Missy didn't kill the train staff like she was supposed to. Now, I know y'all probably think that I've lost it. Clearly, those Playtime employees around her feet
she's
are
still
dead.
laying
Look
there,
at the
though.
blood on Kissy, around her feet, around her hands, around her mouth. This is an open and shut case, right? But to that I say, look again.
What do you think these are? Is that not blood splat? I mean, could be scratches.
1006 is the only creature that we currently know about in this entire facility that has claws capable of creating marks in the wood like that. He has to have been here during this moment, shredding up the employees once he realized that Kissy wasn't going to be doing it herself. What's more, Kissy Missy is laying on top of the scratches. It means that she was standing aside while the prototype slashed and slaughtered everyone around her, and then resumed her position on the train when he was done, like a good, obedient toy.
Good catch. Good catch.
Truly the
Wow.
best girl. You can even see what appears to be bones or intestines on the floor by her feet. Something that would have been eaten if this was any other giant toy. But Kissy refused. She left them there. This wasn't an act of hunger like with Huggy killing people. This was 1006 acting out of revenge.
Slaughtering.
Revenge for turning him into a monster.
Slaughterhouse.
For torturing the kids that he swore to protect. And for locking away the only thing he ultimately cared about, his daughter, Poppy. But I think we can actually keep going here. I think we can actually prove the identity of Kissy Missy. We're rarely given names of actual humans in this franchise, but when we are given a name, they tend to be repeated a lot throughout the chapters to show that they're going to be important to the ongoing narrative. That said, there are still a couple names right now that haven't led to anything substantial. For instance, during chapter 2, we can actually find this note.
Entire batch of toys is miscolored due to Patty Hall sabotaging the painting machine. Saboteur has since been dealt with.
Patty Hall. This was a new character that we'd never heard about before and was never mentioned again. That struck me as odd. Even one-off characters like Avery, the disgruntled worker from a VHS found in chapter 1, gets himself a second VHS in chapter 2 to flesh him out a bit. But Patty, yeah, she was just there. A random name,
name
on
drop,
a random
name drop.
rejected toy form. Or at least that's the way it was until the ARG launched. In case you missed this one, the ARG involved us following the story of a new character, Rowan Stoll.
Which we watched, I think it was the last Poppy Playtime theory Matt Pat did. We learned about this. And I know for any of you guys that have played Poppy Playtime or whatever, you've probably seen this a million times, but that's where I learned about this, was on the game theory video.
Figuring out that something wasn't quite right at Playtime. And as a part of that ARG, he released a bunch of internal documents via an FTP server that we could access. And one of those documents on there was this, a disciplinary document for a familiar face, Patty Hall. Quote, details of occurrence, sabotage of retail shipment. This week of 1/2/91, employee intentionally sabotaged factory equipment. In particular, a paint machine.
So
The
Patty's
employee
someone-
mismatched 57 paint canisters, resulting
Like
in
a
an
boss or
extraordinary
something,
amount
someone of
toys
importance.
no longer being suitable for retail. Retail shipment number 0183.
I mean, usually, right, if someone's getting some sort of a report written about them, the person that signs it is someone higher up. So Patty's got to be someone higher up.
45 was recalled, resulting in a significant amount of lost revenue as well as damaging Playtime Co.'s brand image amongst several major retailers. There is substantial evidence supporting the assumption that this sabotage was done in some sort of defiance to several of Playtime Co.'s practices. Plan for disciplinary action, effective immediately. Employee is demoted from toy designer and will be sent downstairs to Storage B to receive further instructions. All of this took place on January 2nd, 1991, signed by none other than our good friend and leader of the Bigger Bodies Initiative, the Doctor. The next time we're down...
Oh, my bad. Patty and I misunderstood that. Okay. Patty signed it. So Patty was receiving that. Okay. It all makes sense now. My bad. The last 30 seconds of stuff that I said, I take back. Patty's just an employee, not a leader, not a boss.
In Storage B, there are no employees working there. It is literally a storage room for toys that are being experimented on. Notice the blood that covers this smaller Mommy Longlegs doll in the background. The only living thing that we see in Storage B, Kissy Missy. Could it be that Kissy Missy and Patty Hall are actually one and the same? I know that might feel like a bit of a stretch, but think about what we're seeing here. It's 1991, so the Bigger Bodies Initiative is in full swing. We have a character in Patty who's openly defiant to those in authority, a chaotic neutral, just like we see with Kissy defying the prototype's rampage. And we have ourselves a character associated with creating alternate colored versions of other toys, just like how Kissy is an alternate colored Huggy. Plus, the biggest clue of all, the fact that we've only seen Storage be mentioned with regards to these two characters screams a connection. Lastly, it would explain why Kissy Missy is friendly towards us in Chapter 2. Sure, she's against Playtime Co. She has been from the start, she was sabotaging their toys, but I also don't think that she's on the side of 1006. She witnessed the monster kill her fellow employees
wouldn't want to murder people.
Blood on the train. My gut is that she just wants this whole place to burn. And so when she sees us, a person trapped inside the facility just trying to get out, she sees an opportunity. We are the only ones that can stop not only 1006, but also destroy Playtime Co. from the inside,
the building.
have those still alive brought to justice, and have the fond legacy of Playtime Co. tarnished and forgotten forever. That is why she helped us. And
okay,
the
Matt
instructional
Pat.
video shows her heading towards the play care.
And notice again, there's no scratches on here while it's. Oh, nope. I'm trying to get the light. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
If we bump into her again in Chapter 3, helping us to take on whatever new threat
I
awaits us.
see you, Matt Pat.
Hey,
I see
that's just a theory.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
Let's go.
And if you want to keep this Poppy train a-rolling, here's a link to our most recent Poppy theory over on the left, where we break down the secrets in the game's first season to dive deeper into the origins of.
You are not the hero. All right, bro. Let me bring you in. So, chat, what do you guys think? I don't know much about Patty, or none of us do, I guess, because she was only named, that once before, but then we saw her signature sign on there, and again, I understand, I misunderstood that originally, but yeah, she's not the boss, she was the employee, she was the one getting written up, so that would make sense. I thought it was a stretch, but again, Matt Pat does what he does best, and that is by the end of the video, he sells you on it, and it makes sense, because again, she was wanting to help us, but at the same time wants the company to burn, but doesn't want the employees to die. So it makes sense. And I think, chat, I think I need to play Poppy Playtime. I definitely do. I'm having a lot of fun playing these scary games right now. I had an absolute blast playing FNAF. Again, I just premiered my FNAF playthrough earlier today. Link will be in the top of the description. I hope you guys check it out. I love doing stuff that's not just reactions and giving you some of my own content. So please check that out. Roblox doors will be coming sometime next week. And tomorrow, Sunday, 11 a.m., ghost hunting is coming to this channel. And my first video kind of introducing our ghost hunting gear, and my friends who are gonna be ghost hunting with me. It's premiering tomorrow, 11 a.m. I put a lot of work in this introductory video, a lot of editing. I hope you guys enjoy this, and have a happy Easter. This has been an amazing weekend so far, and I love that we got a big video from Game Theory, because I knew with the FNAF timeline ending, we probably aren't getting any FNAF content from him in a while, so I was hoping for some Poppy Playtime, and my prayers were answered. This was amazing. And yeah, as soon as Chapter 3 drops, you know, or as soon as a demo of it or another trailer drops of it, you know we're gonna get another lore video from him. So let me know what you thought of the video. I hope you guys have an amazing Easter. Celebrate it with family, friends, or loved ones. Or if you don't celebrate Easter, just hopefully you have some time with family, friends, and loved ones. Make sure you show Matt Pat some love by subscribing to his channel. If you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind to one another. And that's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Got a bit of love for the Sauce King. I think I might have said Kang there, but peace out, fam. Love you guys. Woo woo.